Giannis was linked to the Warriors, Timberwolves, Heat, and the Knicks. And according to an ESPN report, the Bucks did not feel the urgency to move Giannis before Thursday's deadline. He is staying put. All right, back here with NBA champ PJ Tucker and CBS Sports basketball analyst Chris Walker. PJ, you played with Giannis. You helped the Bucks win the title in 2021. What's your reaction to Milwaukee holding on to Giannis at this point?
Wow.
Stay home, man. Stay home. Stay home, man. I think it's the best spot. I think it's the best for him. It's his place. I'm old school, man. I like when superstars stay with their team. You know, you go to a team, you win a championship, you go through trials, tribulations, all the things you go through throughout your career. But him staying put and people coming to play with him, he's the centerpiece. He still will be for the next foreseeable future. Don't get rid of him.
Well, let me just say this, PJ, you didn't play during the portal era. Because I know you'd have been gone about 10 times. It made you about $20 million. So please don't get up here and say what you're saying right now. That man wanted to go to the Knicks.
Okay.
And he didn't feel like they really wanted. And if I'm the Knicks, I didn't feel I don't think they had to make a move. I still think the Knicks can get there without him. So why not try to play this year out and then try to get him next year? Yeah. And if you're Giannis, and again, you play there and you know him, you got both his brothers on the team. I'm sure he got all type of businesses. I mean, he's cemented in the city. But at the end of the day, and this is where I want PJ to keep it real, right? Who wants to go to Milwaukee? I mean, I'm being real.
That's a nice Midwestern city.
No, I'm saying everybody gives LeBron grief for leaving. I'm like, Mike played in Chicago. People want to go there. Well, Magic and Kobe played where? L.A. People want to go there because Shaq did. Right? Kareem did. Nobody wanted to go to Cleveland. That's why he had to leave. No, I'm guys, am I being real here? Like, let's have a real conversation, PJ. Why does everybody want to go to Miami? Why does everybody want to go to Miami and New York?
It's Miami.
In New York, right?
New York, of course.
You think he wants to stay in Milwaukee when he can't get people to come there?
That's the big question. You need to be able to get guys to come there, right?
Yeah,
but you also need to sell players. Like they sold PG on this, right? Like you come to a city, right, to lock in, right? That's the conversations. You want to go and do extracurricular, that's fine. Go in the offseason, go to Cancun, 1, 2, 3, Cancun.
Right.
But you came here to do a job. Right. And if those are the players you want to come to Milwaukee, you want the guys that we are hunting titles. We're not hunting you know what. You know what I'm saying? Like That's why you're coming to go to those cities because they're trying to build a team. That's what they got.
Yep. That's what it's about. At the end of the day,
that's why I'm selling people on Cleveland and Milwaukee.
Trying to win chips, man. You want
PJ on TV trying to be funny, man.
I agree with what you're saying.
Okay.
But really, though, when it comes down to it, everybody want to win, man. You want to make money. You want to do all this stuff. You want to play in these cities. All right, cool. We're going to play Miami. We're going to stay extra night after. Have fun. Okay, cool. Now, let's get back. We got to lock in and win. When you got a great team and you got a lot of really good players around you, you want to win, man. And that feeling of bringing it in 1, 2, 3 Cancun, when you know you're supposed to beat that team and going out in quarterfinals, that ain't cool. It ain't cool at all.
But let's be honest. You know, they got Miles Turner. You know, I didn't think that was going to be a great pickup. He's at the twilight of his career. But the Dame Lillard trade is the reason why they're in this situation. It didn't work out. No, Dame got hurt, but did it really work out the way people thought? And I don't want to get into Doc Rivers and my assumptions on what he is as a coach. And seriously, they brought Doc there. They got rid of they brought Doc there because they thought he was a missing piece. Obviously, he's an NBA champion. I wouldn't disrespect him that way. But has it worked out?
No.
And here's my thing.
Not yet.
Giannis is a high-level player,
right.
Injured sometimes, but still, he should be able to pull people with him. Look at the Nuggets. Now, the Nuggets are tough because they got Jamal Murray, right? So they're a 1-2 punch. But Jokic could pull him by himself. Why can't, in a weaker East, why can't Giannis pull him by himself? I mean, you tell me, am I right or wrong?
Oh,
am I opening a can of worms?
That's tough. Good. I mean, you think Joker could go a whole season pulling the Nuggets by himself?
I mean, seriously. I mean, would you bet against him? Would you bet against Jokic?
No.
I don't think I would ever bet against him, but I don't know if I would bet with anybody saying that they could do that. 82 games throughout a season, carry a team all by themselves. I don't know if that can happen.
Well, I'm just saying Murray's in there. What's that?
LeBron.
Yeah, see, I want to get with him and LeBron. I don't want to get him on.
I want to show you this, all right?
Side.
Giannis posted a photo on X from the movie Wolf of Wall Street from the I'm Not Leaving scene. It's an epic scene, right? Man. Said legends don't chase, they attract.
Really?
He was talking to you, Chris.
Really?
Legends don't chase, they attract.
Let's see what happens in June and let's see what happens next summer. I want to make sure I get that retraction, right, when the Knicks don't win the championship and they go after him. Let's see what he says then. Man. See, I don't understand why guys do this because he's going to erase it and then we're going to be able to find it.
He's not going to erase it.
He's going to erase it when he has to.
I don't think he's going to do it.
Okay, when all of a sudden Spike Lee shows up and he wants to be on Broadway and all this other stuff that he cannot get in Milwaukee, and he goes to New York, then if the Knicks win a championship, it won't happen. But if they don't, they're going after him.
Maybe he was talking about Spike. Legends don't chase. Maybe he was talking about Spike.
Don't chase what?
They don't go chasing rings. They stay in their city and they win a title.
He's not going to. And listen, as you showed us a picture earlier, right? You had great hair and all that. Who remembers that? No one's going to remember what he's talking right now. They're going to remember if he won a championship or not. Like, what is it? Why guys tweeting this stuff, I don't get it.
PJ, what was it like being teammates with Giannis? Because clearly, I mean, this is a guy you want to be around.
No, 100%. He's an A1 guy. Every day in practice, he lives it, he breathes it. Every single game, he wants to kill everybody. Every game, whether you're at Charlotte, Orlando, it doesn't matter. Every game he's going to show up, play hard, give it his all. And I think that's what really breeds like the chemistry with everybody. When your top guys are all in, then it's easy for everybody else to fall in line.
When he essentially called out his teammates earlier this season, I mean, he kind of gave them a wake-up call, right?
Yeah.
It was one of those things like, hey, we got to be better here.
Yeah.
And they kind of responded to it, but they've fallen off, right? I mean, they're not in contention. This is sort of a down year for them. Like, when you hear him say those things and call out your team, because LeBron did that as well. Yeah. We don't hear Jokic do that. He's not really a vocal leader in that way. There's other guys that do that. Kawhi's very quiet. But Giannis is very vocal. What does that feel like when you're in the locker room when he makes those kind of statements?
I don't know, because he wasn't vocal like that when I was there. That's the growth of, after you win a chip,
I mean, look at you. I wouldn't say anything either.
No. I was one of the vocal leaders of the team, so back then he was more quiet. He was,
You're right.
still getting used to speaking English and not really, he just didn't talk a lot. So that was like my role, with the team. So now that he's kind of stepped in that role and he's got more comfortable with it, I love it. I mean, as a role guy, I love when guys, ask guys to step up and be there because he's going to need you, throughout the season and the playoffs on the entire run. So for me, some guys might take it personal, but I love that.
I would just say this, in the NBA now, and you may disagree, you're talking about name the guys on the Thunder other than Shea. Right? I mean, which is, again, you can name some guys like Chet or whatever, but there's no way anybody would have predicted that the Thunder would be doing what they're doing, right? Think about that. You're talking about LeBron, you're talking about Luka, you're talking about and all those guys in the West, and the Thunder are clearly the team. Look at Denver. You got Cade, and I would challenge people, name anybody else on on Detroit's team. So we're in a different era right now. And again, as I said before, you got Giannis, and you guys are struggling. You can't name anybody on the Detroit team. Why? What's going on? It's because the pieces around him don't fit. Square peg, round hole. Kyle Kuzma, Gary Trent Jr., and these guys got big contracts. You lose Dame Lillard. A lot goes into how this thing gets spiraling out of control, and the only way you can get it back is to draft people. If you can't draft people, guess what? You need to move people. But it's still tricky.
Yeah. The Bucks shouldn't be ninth in the East.
No, they shouldn't be ninth in the East.
Giannis currently injured, dealing with a calf strain. He's hurting me because he's on my fantasy team, so I'm waiting for him to come back. He's in his 13th season with the Bucks. Giannis and the team are expected to re-examine a potential deal in the offseason. Chris, you kind of hinted towards this. How do you think this plays out?
Listen, he's got a player option of 27-28. Yep. That's what he has. Well, that's not next year's not 27-28. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is, so think about this year, right? You're the GM. They're not going to win this year. So what are the feelings going to be in the offseason, right? Now, the one thing I would say about Giannis that's interesting, and you're talking about a sports franchise, there's only 30 of them in the NBA, you basically have this team at your disposal. You got your businesses, your family's there, you grew up there, your brothers are on the team. Why give that up? But the question is, right, can they help you win? Because to your point, 82 games, you're working out. To know that you can't win and you're Giannis and everybody's going to put that pressure on you anyway, that can't be easy for him.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, the question is, can they get people to come there? Because guys they got there aren't good enough. So the question is, can the Knicks, and I'm telling you right now, this sounds crazy. If the Knicks win the championship, I don't know what happens. Now we're talking Miami.
Yeah.
Because they're like, why do we need Giannis when we just won a championship? If they don't, they're going to go after him.
I agree. I like the Miami situation for him, too, as well. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Man, they too hard on Miami, those players, man.
Nah, but Giannis will love it. He'll love it.
Yeah, he'll love it. Yeah,
so Giannis to Miami.
I'm just saying,
That'd be a good fit.
I think the fit works. I think the Heat culture, I think Giannis can really buy into it. He's a guy, like I said, he works so hard. He goes so hard every day. It's kind of part of like the Heat culture thing. I think him and Bam together.
Ooh.
Yeah, it'd be
I
nasty.
think that could be tough.
It'll certainly re-energize that franchise and the fan base for sure. Giannis, we'll see what happens this summer. He's one of 3 players all time to win an MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and Finals MVP. Michael Jordan and my guy, Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, are the only other 2. PJ Tucker, Chris Walker here with us on CBS Sports HQ. Now, Giannis is eligible to sign a contract extension on October 1st. He has a player option for the 27-28 season, which carries a cap hit of $62.8 million. It also means he only has 1 more guaranteed year remaining on his contract. The cavalcade of stars continue alongside NBA champion PJ Tucker and CBS Sports basketball analyst Chris Walker. I am Hakeem Dermish. The NBA trade deadline has come and gone. A flurry of moves were made, but it was more about the big names who didn't get traded today. Giannis, Ja, and Draymond all staying put. The 2 biggest moves at the NBA trade deadline happened on Tuesday and Wednesday involving James Harden and Anthony Davis. AD traded at the deadline for the 2nd year in a row. Last year he was dealt for Luka in a historic trade. This year, AD traded to the Wizards. In addition to Davis, Washington received D'Angelo Russell, Dante Exum, Jaden Hardy to DC. In exchange, Dallas acquired Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, and Marvin Bagley III. The Mavs also received multiple draft picks, including 2 first-rounders and 3 second-rounders. The book on the AD era in Dallas closes after just 29 games. James Harden wanted to trade out of L.A. He got his wish when the Clippers sent him to Cleveland for Darius Garland and a 2nd-round pick. The move will pair Harden and Donovan Mitchell together, who are 2 of only 10 players in the league, averaging 25 points and 5 assists per game. Cavs are in 4th place in the Eastern Conference. That wasn't the only move the Clippers made. The biggest name moved at the deadline on Thursday was big man Ivica Zubac, traded to the Pacers. In return, L.A. will receive a package that includes Benedict Mathurin, 2 first-round picks, and a 2nd-rounder, and 1 of the first-round picks is protected this year if it ends up between 1st and 4th or 10th through 30th, which means the Clippers only receive the pick if it falls in the 5 through 9 range. All right, back with PJ Tucker, Chris Walker, Ivica Zubac, the biggest name, moved on Thursday. He's under contract for 2 more years, could create a dynamic duo with Tyrese Halliburton when he returns from the Achilles injury. PJ, you played for LA alongside Zubac, Harden, and Kawhi, who was not traded. I think some are wondering, what the heck are the Clippers doing right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, they're obviously looking for the future, but Big Zoo's going to be good wherever he goes. He's one of those guys. He's so good around the rim, protecting the rim, blocking shots, finishing, running the floor. Zoo's all over the place. He talks well. I just think he'll be really good wherever he goes.
Akeem, I can't believe you're not going to get him about not wearing sneakers. We're going to let him ride.
Well, we're at the desk.
We're going to let him ride.
Yeah, I mean, he's a sneakerhead. I broke out my Jordan 1 Wheats for him. I mean, should I pick him up?
We're going to let him make it.
Well, he's got his dress shoes on. He's suited and booted.
Oh, man.
He's suited and booted.
But you know what? Just to follow up on the point, I think they're in sell mode. I really believe, and PJ may disagree, he's probably got way more insight than I got. I think, and did James force his way out? Or did he just want to go play for a winter? And here's the thing. The interesting thing is this. Obviously, Steve Ballmer has all the money you need. They got the new arena. And he's from L.A. Why would you want to leave, right? But at the end of the day, they want some draft capital back. They did a lot to get those guys there. It hasn't panned out, right, the way they thought. Look at the West. There is 0 chance. I don't care what their run is. When they start, and PJ, you may know this, when they start dialing it in, after the All-Star game, we will not hear from the Clippers, I guarantee you that, in the playoffs. Because those teams at the top are too good. So in saying that, he's looking like, okay, I just passed, I think, Shaq on the all-time scorers list. I'm not going to, how much farther am I going to get in my career? I got to have a chance to win a championship. And like LeBron, who used to dominate the East, he's looking at like, who's on the East side? If I get with, Spider-Man, I might have a shot.
Yeah, that's the same thing I'm thinking as a Cleveland native myself. I'm thinking, all right, let's get going, get another ring. The Mavs trade away one of LeBron's former teammates, Anthony Davis, 1 year after the Luka trade. PJ, what did you think of this move to trade AD to Washington? Because you go to Washington, and no disrespect, but right now that's purgatory. They're trying to rebuild, and now you got a guy who's, a big name there and not really able to do a whole lot. I know they got Trae Young, and I know that hopefully they have a future there, but what do you make of this move?
I don't think AD will play for Washington much, honestly. Or not this year, probably, and starting next year, we'll see. But it's a tough move. When you get in that kind of situation, it's kind of like a washing machine, going to different places every few months, every trade deadline. It's going to be tough, man. Washington's, that's a tough move, man.
Yeah, PJ, he's being nice today. I don't understand. He knows this guy. He's often injured.
Yep.
You can't depend on it. Again, Nico Harrison, I get it. He's the fall guy here. I mean, I don't know what on earth they were thinking about by getting rid of Luka. It happened. They got Cooper Flag. They were lucky to get that Cooper Flag in the lottery. But AD, with Kyrie being hurt, they didn't really get a full chance to see what it would be. So here's the thing now. Now you got Cooper Flag. Let's build around him. Right, let's give the fans in Dallas something to want to buy tickets and see the next year. Ship out AD. No one's going to be mad. He doesn't play. You know what I'm saying? So if he played and he was doing well, now you have something to sell. So if I'm the Mavericks, who's mad at them for shipping him off to, as you say, purgatory, which is Washington, D.C.? I get it. And I just feel bad for AD, but this is, think about it. You're one of the guys that played all the time. Right? So as an NBA guy, you're like, this dude's always hurt, makes all the money. I can't even imagine what goes to a guy like goes to your head. No, I'm dead serious. Like, what goes to your head? You're an Iron Man. These guys make, you probably make a third of the money he makes, and he's my finger, my nail, my eye. It's something every time. So if you're the Mavericks, why? Let's build around Cooper Flag. No?
It's a good question. I mean, you got to, as the team, you got to look at the big view. When you see AD, his numbers, what he's able to do when he's healthy, he's elite. He's one of the only guys that can really play 1 through 5, guard 1 through 5, protect the rim like he does. When he's healthy, he's one of the best.
When he's healthy. Right?
That's the key word.
When he's healthy.
Key word.
When he's healthy, he's one of the best. One of the hardest guys to guard for sure.
Look, PJ, you've been traded during your career. What was that day like for you going through the trade deadline, knowing that your future is in question? What was that day like for you when you got moved? I know the excitement of joining potentially a contender. You joined the Bucks, of course, and won a championship. But what's that day like for you as a player?
That day was amazing for me. Leaving Houston, being able to go to Milwaukee to potentially win one. They told me I was the missing piece, and they needed toughness, and they needed all the things I brought. So that day is normally, it's like heaven.
But a little anxious, though, right? I mean, for some of these guys that are sort of being rumored to be traded, like you don't know where you're going. Like, what does that day look like for you from a logistical standpoint when you're hearing from your agent? You're rumored to go here, you're rumored to go there. What's that like for you just as a human being?
Yeah, the day of and not knowing is insane. You're getting so many calls. Everybody's breaking news here and there. They heard this, they heard that. One year I was in the shower while I got traded, and Devin Booker came in and told me, he's like, "Hey, Tuck, you got traded," while I was in the shower. So that's how crazy it is. You never know what's going to happen throughout the day, and you still have to go along with your day normal, but your head is all over the place during the whole time.
Wow, it's incredible. Draymond Green went through some of those emotions on this day, but he is not going anywhere. The Warriors hold on to Draymond Green. He was involved in talks for Giannis, but that mega deal never came together. Golden State did trade away Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield to Atlanta for Kristaps Porzingis. So you compare Porzingis and Draymond in the front court. Warriors are hoping that Porzingis will be healthy down the stretch. And PJ, this is sort of a low-risk, high-reward move for Golden State.
Yeah, I like it. Porzingis stretch the floor, 7 feet plus, can do it all. You put him with Draymond, I think that's a really good pickup for Golden State, getting him.
And I'll say this again, and again, PJ played in the league, so I don't want to sound like I'm making a hot take, okay? AD, love him to death, doesn't play. Porzingis, Boston, hurt, they win without him. You ship him to Hawks, you win with, you know what I'm saying? Yep. They're doing it without him. Why would we think it's going to be anything different in Golden State? Because he's playing with Steph and because he's playing with Draymond? At the end of the day, he has to be available. And by the way, you're sending him to the toughest conference. He had a better chance of doing something in the East. Now you're sending him to the West, to where the gauntlet is, where 29, 12 and 10 is, that guy in Denver, or the guy in, or Sengun in Houston, you know what I mean, or Wemby, we're going to send him to the West, and what do you think's going to happen?
But
So
if he gets healthy, and that's what they're banking on. That's low risk, high reward. If he's healthy,
listen,
you're talking about a really good front court that's going to disrupt people, right? That's a front court I don't want to really match up
I
with.
agree with you. If Draymond can keep himself in the game, keep his mouth shut. Draymond, don't get mad at me. But listen, we talked about that if stuff in the bullpen a minute ago, about the if stuff, if he gets healthy, right? If he gets healthy, is that what we're talking about? Like you said, low risk. Kuminga didn't want to be there. Buddy Hill, one day here, one day he's not. They just got too many guys like Hill. You know, at the end of the day, if I'm Golden State, they had to shake it up. The magic is gone, guys. Right? Would you agree the magic is gone out of Golden State?
Yeah.
So you got to do something to shake it up. And Kuminga didn't want to be there anyway, so that's why he's out.
Yeah, that made sense. And look, the Knicks are trying to get something together. They're trying to potentially go on a run like the Warriors. They're red hot right now. They acquired Brooklyn native and point guard Jose Alvarado from New Orleans, a dependable backup for Jalen Brunson. PJ, what's this move mean for the Knicks? Because this is a team right now, I mean, they are desperately trying to win an NBA championship.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this is their shot. I think this is their shot this year. Getting Alvarado is a big move, especially with the injuries they have. But I think this right now is the time for the Knicks to get it together. They got the complete team. If they step up, I think it's their year.
I agree with you. I mean, they certainly have a chance, right? So who's the?
He says it's their year. He says they're winning it all.
And he could be right. I'm not going to go there. I don't want to tease it. But here's the thing. You know, who they have to beat? Detroit. Is Detroit proven? No. I love Cade Cunningham. So is it fair to say that what they did last year was a misnomer by losing? Because the Knicks probably should have been in the finals last year, right? This year, maybe they get it done. But Jaylen Brown's playing well from Boston. I mean, anything could happen. And now that you got James Harden in Cleveland, that changes the dynamics. So if I'm the Knicks, you don't want another Indiana Pacer thing to happen, right? You got to take care of business. So get Jose, Grand Theft Alvarado in there to come play behind Deuce McBride. But at the end of the day, they still got to get it done with their core guys. And you know who the one guy is, right? Because we'll talk about it later, but you know who the one guy is that everyone's going to go at if they don't win, and that is Cat.
Yep. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about that.
That is a fact.
But he's been good as of late. He's been the reason for this long winning streak right now. Knicks are 5 games out of first place in the East behind only the Pistons. PJ Tucker, Chris Walker here on HQ. The New York Knicks were in a funk to start 2026, losing 9 of 11 games. Now they're the hottest team in the NBA on an 8-game winning streak, and the Knicks have outscored their opponents by an average of 22.5 points per game, the largest differential in an 8-game span in Knicks franchise history. The Knicks were among the teams